Your awareness and your attention is going to be the most valuable form of currency that you possess. Hola, hola, mi gente. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Vanity P. If you're new here, welcome. If you're back again, welcome back. Today, we're going to talk about our triggers. Triggers is a conversation that a lot of people have when they're trying to create a new reality or trying to quantum leap. And what they're seeing in their reality, in their 3D, is triggering them, because the more that they're trying to manifest or create something within their environment, their outside world is showing them the opposite. Now, what I want people to understand, what you focus on, and I know it's so cliche, because years ago I could not wrap my head around this concept of controlling my thoughts and controlling where my awareness and my focus was going. However, the number one thing that I can say helped me navigate and understand that, like one of my old videos, was my emotional triggers. Your emotions, whether they're negative or positive, you can still use them as a guide to show you and let you know where you're at and what you need to work on. Your negative emotions, those triggers that you get, they're just a signal to the body that you are out of alignment. So the moment that you have a negative emotion because of something that's going on, like a 3D circumstance that's going on the outside, that's not mirroring back something that is desirable to you, that is a way that your body's like, hey, you're focused on something that's negative and we need you to, one, take it back or focus on something else. You have to give everything in your reality a meaning. And regardless if you're aware of it or not, you do give everything that you're viewing on the outside, you're giving it a meaning, whether it's negative or whether it's positive, whether it benefits you or whether it doesn't, you're giving it a meaning. So for example, you're trying to create more wealth, you're trying to create more abundance in your life. If you continue to look at your negative bank balances or the lack that you have, and you focus on you not having enough, or you put yourself in survival mode where it's like, I need to hustle, I need to work, I need to get more money, your emotional state is creating a frequency, and it's like a magnet. When you're creating these emotions within, and again, you can't create an emotion inside until you create a thought. When a thought enters your mind, you, as the observer of those thoughts, you need to be aware of what you're giving the meaning to each thought. So if you're allowing a thought to come into your mind, let it be a negative one, like I'm broke, and you at that moment don't take that thought captive into the obedience of Christ and literally isolate it and transmute it and shift it into I always have more than enough, but you continue to feed it the negativity that you're already aware of, your emotional state is going to shift to align with that thought. And then that emotional frequency that you're creating within is going to send out like a vibrational magnet to align you and keep showing you that you're broke. Now, it sounds insane when you're first doing it, because the concept of changing my thoughts in the moment of me experiencing them was probably the hardest thing for me to grasp when I first started doing any of this. However, it was the emotional triggers that were my guiding point to help me do it effortlessly. You're out, you're having a good time, you're hanging out with your girls, then the thought of you just getting cheated on comes into your mind, and your heart sinks and drops, and you're feeling low, you're feeling worthless, useless, or you're feeling like you've been used or lied to. That one thought had just created a negative emotion, and what you did in that moment, instead of turning lemons into lemonade, you just kept allowing more and more lemons to come through. The moment that that thought triggers your emotions, you have to bring, like, the body is this conductor of feeling something. A thought is a thought. Our thoughts are always, they're everywhere. So while we're, driving or showering, or while we're cleaning the house, we're just having random thoughts about appointments or a conversation we had or something we watched earlier. And that's normal. It just comes and goes, comes and goes. However, when that emotion comes through with that thought that you have that may be negative, it changes the actual feeling of the actual vessel, the body. And it may be uncomfortable at that moment, but instead of you taking that emotion and feeding your awareness and your attention to grow it some more, I got cheated on. Like, damn, why would he do that? Like, was the girl better than me? Like, does he like her more? You see how the pattern will continue? What you need to do in that moment that you feel that negative emotion, damn, I really got cheated on. That man really is insecure to cheat on a goddess like myself. Like, that is so sad. I really pray that he gets some help, because what kind of nonsense is that? That is so sad. Like, I know it sounds delusional, but do you understand the power that you giving a thought a meaning can have on your emotional state? Because do you see the difference in somebody belittling themselves and comparing themselves in a moment of being cheated on versus a person feeling like the person that cheated on them is the victim and that they have issues? Do you see how an emotional state can completely be shifted from person A to person B? Let me just say this. Person A is going to continue to create those emotions and continue to create circumstances that show those emotions and show those thought patterns. You're right. You are useless. You are not worthy enough. Versus person B, who your emotions are going to shift and they're going to empower you and they're going to align and show you more of, yes, that man is insecure. That man does have mental issues. That man is psycho for doing that to you. And you're going to live in an emotional state that's going to bring you what you believe in those circumstances. When you're first doing this, it's hard. It's hard to do that. It's hard to take those negative triggers and transmute them and create lemonade out of lemons. But the moment that you keep doing it over and over and over and over and over again, my go-to is at least 21 days. If you can keep up with a habit for 21 days, that's 3 weeks. If you can keep up, I have a little thing on my phone. It's like a countdown thing. Whenever I want to start a new challenge of whatever, like right now I'm in a challenge of cutting out Red Bulls. I'm on Red Bull so bad. So bad. I'm drinking 2 to 3 Red Bulls a day. That's not even like me. I used well, no, that's very much like me. I'm on the caffeine bat. However, I haven't really drank Red Bulls like that since college, when I was doing early childhood development. And when I stopped drinking my tea, I started buying Red Bulls because it was just easier and more convenient. However, it's not good for your heart. And then I thought switching to sugar-free would bypass it, but it's not. But I'm giving myself 21 days to break the habit. And I have a countdown on my phone that's showing me 21 days from now. Today is day 1. It just so happens to be day 1 of me cutting this habit out. But give yourself a starting point and give yourself a visual so that you can tell yourself, you know what? For 21 days, I'm going to commit to telling myself I have $1 million in the bank. I know it sounds far-fetched. The thing is, the trick to this is you have to neutralize those emotions. You have to neutralize whatever trigger that you're giving your awareness and your attention to that is negative. You have to neutralize it so that when it does arise, your subconscious mind automatically knows, oh no, we've already neutralized that. I am a millionaire. There's no lack in my life. You have to understand these fears and these thought processes that we've had, these thought patterns that are consistent, they're embedded in us. And they're literally subconscious. Like, we're not aware of the mindless thinking and the mindless, like, especially when somebody's going through like a breakup, or especially when somebody just had an argument with somebody, or they're indifferent with somebody, having a fight with somebody. A person tends to dwell on the conversation and what they should have said and what they're going to say the next time they see them. I promise you, that is just you building those triggers up more and more, giving them life, giving your awareness, giving your power to it, and it's going to create more of it in your life. Versus, honestly, in a situation like that, completely ignoring it, taking your awareness and your attention off of it and putting it towards another project or something that's more beneficial. But in a sense like that, when you're stuck in your mind and you're looping something over and over and over again, you're not realizing it, but your emotions are telling you, I am out of alignment. When you don't feel good, when you feel worthless, when you feel broke, when you feel fearful, when you feel worried, those are all emotions that come with a frequency. It's a negative frequency. It does not feel good. That is your body, your vessel, your flesh that helps you navigate this realm. It is telling you, we are out of alignment, switch over. And that's where you have all the power to completely create a new thought, a new loop, so that the more that you have to strengthen it. That's why I say use a good time measure, like 21 days. Because you can go to the gym today, go lift some weights. You're going to come and look in the mirror and nothing's happening. Do it for 21 days. Do it for 4 weeks. You're going to be the first person to notice the change in your body. By 8 weeks, you continue doing that, the people closest to you are going to notice it. You continue to do that, the people who aren't closest to you, but they're like your co-workers or people you see sparingly, they're going to notice it. Same thing with your mind. The more you keep doing it, and it's okay if one day you fall off, get back up. This life doesn't end till we're croaked out. So it doesn't matter. Every day, keep getting up and working towards bettering that mindset and using your emotional state to show you where your awareness is, where your attention is, and tell you when you need to shift it. Usually when you have a negative emotion. Your attention, your awareness is going to be the most valuable thing you own. Strip you from absolutely all material things. All you have is your mind. All you have is your awareness and your attention. Use it with caution. You have so much that you could be focused on, but we choose to dwell over the negative things over and over and over. And it's not taught. It's something that's not taught. We're taught by just others' actions and within our environment to be negative, to dwell on the argument, to dwell on not having enough, to focus on the fearful thing because we're giving that fearful thing so much more power. But it's true. What if you just focused on the positive instead? It's hard to do at first, but the more that you're like, wait, I was just happy, but I just thought about this and my emotions have been triggered. What thought was it? I didn't have enough money. I always have more than enough money. I always have more than enough money. Money always comes to me in great abundance. I always have more than enough money. Do that and change the thought until the emotion neutralizes. You don't have to sit there and do it for a long time, but the goal for at least 21 days for a person who's trying to shift that negative little spark in their chest that they're feeling, you have to learn how to neutralize it. The moment that you get to neutralizing it and regulating your nervous system and regulating your emotional state, then you can phase into the next steps of quantum leaping and shifting your reality and shifting to different states. For you to shift to a different state, you have to decide and you have to know, no, this is my course of direction. This is where my awareness and my attention is going to go. And I'm making the decision and I'm knowing now I always have more than enough money. I am in a loving, committed relationship. I never get cheated on because I'm the prize. I don't care how delusional it sounds, but for you to neutralize those triggers and for you to regulate your nervous system, you must switch the focus and you must transmute that negative thought into a positive one so that you're neutralizing the triggers and neutralizing that emotion until it is a firm belief within you. It starts with just the noticing of when that emotional state has changed and shifted into a negative one. Now, I'm going to end the video here, but I want people to know this, and I said it in the beginning, I'm going to say it one more time. Your awareness and your attention is going to be the highest form of currency you have. Use it and spend it wisely. Do not allow outside circumstances, outside forces, other people, your environment, or anything that you're seeing in the outside to alter your emotional state. Do not allow your thoughts that are not your own to plant little seeds inside your mind and you run with it when it gives you a negative emotion. Shift the awareness back. Remember the state of being you're trying to be and focus on that for as long as you can and every day. I don't care how weak, how tired, how fed up you are. Try to keep the momentum going. Keep it up. I don't care if you fell off. Pick back up, switch those emotions, switch those thoughts, and try to focus on the opposite of what you're truly trying to focus on. Focus on that. But I'm just going to end it here. So if you like this video, make sure that you like and subscribe and make sure you're sharing. But I'm out of here. Peace.